Hi, I'm Nick from Link Sentry. In this video, we will do a deep dive into a case of link hijacking, showing how someone's decision to try and save $10 by skipping on a domain name registration fee had ripple effects that persist until today. We will also do a fun experiment where we visit a hijacked link once from a desktop browser and once with a mobile browser to see whether attackers change the content that they give us depending on the device that we use. Before we do that, don't forget to use Link Sentry to audit your site's external links and catch bad and broken links before they affect your users. Our story starts with a conference. If you're not familiar with how publications work, academics publish their peer-reviewed research at conferences and journals every year. Some conferences are really large and prestigious, where everyone fights for a slot to get their papers accepted and presented. Think of it as Hollywood, but for geeks. Asia CCS, which stands for the ACM Asia Conference on Computer and Communication Security, is such a conference. It's been running since 2006, and every year, cutting edge research on computer security gets published there. You can check the most recent version of that conference if you go to this first site for Asia CCS 2026. Every year that a conference gets organized, the organizers are faced with the same question. What should we do about a domain name? Should it be a subdomain of an existing high domain ranking domain? Or should it be a fresh domain that we register just for the conference? As you can see here on these Google search results, in 2026, this is a subdomain of acn.in. In 2025, this was a subdomain of this university. But in 2023, it was just an entirely new domain, asiaccs2023.org. Back in 2018, the organizers of Asia CCS chose this approach to register a fresh domain for the conference. And the domain that they registered was asiaccs2018.org. Years passed, and at some point, the person that was responsible for renewing and the domain and paying a fee for that renewal decided to just stop paying that fee. So that domain name expired and fell into the hands of attackers. And this is why I have to resort to the Wayback Machine to show you what the ACCS 2018 conference looked like, because if we visit this today, this is not at all what we're going to see. When the legitimate owners of asiaccs2018.org stopped paying the domain renewal fees, the domain name went back into the general pool of availability and was quickly snatched up by attackers. Now you may wonder, why did this happen? Do attackers really care about research in cybersecurity? And the answer, of course, is no. What attackers care about is residual trust and domain reputation. This is the asaccs2018.org domain name, which has a domain rating of 37. And as of today, it has more than 2,000 backlinks. That means sites that link into that domain name. And the vast majority of these backlinks were established when the website was still good, when it was still hosting content related to the Asia CCS 2018 conference. So when attackers re-registered that domain name, they were essentially able to hijack all of those backlinks and all of this good domain reputation to be able to take users and expose them to arbitrary malicious content. We will focus on one specific article that is linking to the asiaccs2018.org domain, and that is an article by the ACM, Protecting Privacy from Wireless Spy Cams. This is the article, and if we look into the body of the article, we can find a link to the asiaccs2018.org domain name. And what we will do is we will open this link. However, we will open it from a Windows virtual machine so that we get potentially extra malicious content when we visit that page. So we are now in our Windows 10 virtual machine. The same article opened up, and we will go ahead and click on this link. I'm also using the Chrome developer tool so we can see the requests that are sent, and we can record any potential redirections from the original asiaccs2018.org domain name to other third-party domain names. So let's go ahead and click. And as you can see, we, instead of getting the conference website with all the cutting edge research, we were actually redirected to an Indonesian website that is linking to seemingly gambling related content. And there's probably a lot of affiliate abuse here. And if you try to start clicking on things, most likely a lot of extra bad things will happen with malware, with phishing sites, and so on. And if we look at the developer tools, we can scroll up and we can see that we indeed asked for the asiaccs2018.org domain name, but we received a redirection for this. Let's look at it together. For this sinusdealmeria.com website, which is the one we landed on. And that means that the owners of the asiaccs2018.org domain name can actually decide on the fly where it is that they want to redirect you. So we can potentially do the same visit on our smartphone and see if we get something different there. All right, now you can see my smartphone. We have mobile, Chrome, and we've navigated to the same article on the communications of the ACM. And the only difference is that I'm using 5G so that I have a different IP address from the IP address on my home network. And we will try to click on the same link. And because it's an experiment, I don't know ahead of time what's going to happen. Maybe we'll see an entirely different site. Maybe we will see the exact same site. It really depends on what the current owners of asiaccs2018.org have decided to do. Here is the relevant paragraph. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click on that link. And we see that we were actually redirected to the exact same place. If the attackers were smarter, they could actually redirect us to malicious apps on the Play Store or new phishing sites or things that were much more likely to convert on a smartphone compared to a desktop. But in any case, you can see that attackers are in full control of all the links and all the traffic that is coming in from what used to be the official website of asiaccs2018.org. So now we established that the new owner of asiaccs2018.org is abusing all these incoming links and taking users to arbitrary destinations, specifically at this point at this Indonesian casino. And more than 2,000 sites on the web are still linking to that domain name, not knowing that the domain name no longer belongs to the official AsiaCCS 2018 conference, but to an attacker who is abusing this residual trust. So what can we do about it? This is where LinkSentry comes in. LinkSentry is a link auditing system that helps you discover the links on your website and continuously audit them to identify broken, bad, and unwanted links. LinkSentry crowdsources link detection. So we give you a bit of JavaScript. You put that JavaScript onto your page. And as now your users browse your website, they help us discover all the links on your website. So no matter how complex the website is, or if there is a part of the website where users have to log in, it will not matter for LinkSentry. It will be able to track every single page and identify all the links on every single page. All the links that your users send to LinkSentry servers are then made available through a link explorer that tells you exactly what external links you trust on what pages. This already gives you a sense of your attack surface and helps you spot things that don't belong, such as this website that is unlikely that you want to be linking to this website if you belong in the vast majority of the internet. But the real power of LinkSentry comes through its policies. You can enable and configure 15 plus policies that explain the types of links that you don't want your website. So you can ask LinkSentry to flag broken links on your website, to flag cross-domain redirections. This policy would catch the asiaccs2018.org example because when you visit that link, it actually redirects you to a third-party website. You can set geographic allow lists and block lists. You will be able to quickly detect known malicious and unwanted websites, such as not safe for work websites. And you can have a myriad of other policies where you can configure the detection of low-ranking websites, parked websites, and websites that recently dropped. All of these policies are then applied on your links, and LinkSentry 24/7 scans all of these links against these policies and flags all of the violations. And you get an email, or you get a Slack message, or you just log in the dashboard, you identify the links that don't belong, and you go ahead and remove them from your website when they stop pointing to the thing that was once trusted. In conclusion, you can now see how the decision to skip on a domain name registration fee had negative consequences for the thousands of sites that still link to the AsiaCCS2018.org domain name. If you are the owner or operator of a large website, how will you know when one of your links turns malicious? You can try to manually identify all your links and check them, and do this every single day for the rest of your life. Because websites and domain names can turn bad overnight, or you can use Link Sentry. Link Sentry is an automated link auditing tool that will do all the hard work for you so you can focus on your business. Audit your site today at linksentry.io and help us secure the web one link at a time.